We talked about 3 major lines of evidence for evolution. Name me the first one.
Fossil evidence.
Fossil evidence. Name me the second one, somebody else. Which are a subset of structural. So structural evidence. There are 2 kinds of structural evidence. Vestigial structures and what other kind of structures? Yeah, homologous, which we can never say the first time. That's okay. I have to struggle to say vestigial. Okay, homologous structures, vestigial structures. And the third line of evidence is what? Chemical evidence, sometimes called molecular evidence. So we've talked about 2 of the subcategories of chemical evidence so far. What was the first one? Olivia, what was the first category of chemical evidence? Ding, ding, ding. You're too young to get that reference. You know it? DNA. DNA. Okay, so DNA, what about DNA makes it evidence for evolution? How about everybody's doing it? Sorry, I shouldn't try that. Every single living thing on the planet uses DNA, uses the same molecule. What a weird coincidence. Unless, of course, it's not. It points towards common ancestry, that all these species have a common ancestor species, that they all use DNA. What else about DNA provides evidence? Here, we'll put in everybody's doing it. An argument that is sure not to work with your parents, but everybody else is. Don't care. I'm not everybody else's mother. I'm practicing. So all living things on Earth use DNA to pass on their genetic information. Second piece of evidence provided by DNA. Second kind of evidence. How much DNA do you and your sister have in common? A whole bunch. You guys are very similar in appearance. So I could pick you 2 as being out of the same litter from a lineup. So what about DNA provides evidence for evolution? Well, how much is shared between species? So shared DNA sequences. So shared DNA sequences. Like you and a chimp, 99% of your DNA. You and every single other human on the planet, no matter how different they are from you, 99.999% of your DNA. Gabby and Lexi, 99.99999999999. Lots of it. Closely related. You have shared ancestors. I don't know any of your other siblings, so I can't pick on you, but I had her sister last year.
She looks like her older sister a lot.
I've never met your older sister. Okay, so those are the first 2 pieces. But wait! Don't answer yet. Don't buy this. We'll also throw in this amazing set of Ginzu knives. You don't get that either, do you? Okay. There's another kind of chemical evidence for evolution. If you've ever had a blood test, they look at hemoglobin. So what is hemoglobin? Has anybody heard of it prior to this?
Yeah.
Okay. So I know you can all read, and it says the chemical that moves oxygen in the blood. If your hemoglobin is low, you tend to get really tired. So you know that every cell in your body needs oxygen, right? Your fingertips, your feet, all the cells in your skin, your heart, your brain, everything needs oxygen. That oxygen, so your lungs pump oxygen into your blood, then the heart pumps that oxygenated blood out to every single cell in your body. And it has to have, it's kind of like going shopping with no basket. If you've ever tried that, thinking that you're going to run into the store for one thing and you end up balancing 10 things in your arms. Your blood needs a basket to carry the oxygen in. And hemoglobin is the basket. Okay? So this this is an actual picture of what hemoglobin looks like. And it's a compound, it's a molecule, and it's folded in itself, and it's got this crazy wild structure that your DNA tells it how to make, tells your body how to make hemoglobin. Every single vertebrate on the planet uses hemoglobin to transport oxygen in their blood. Every single thing that has a spine uses hemoglobin. A few things that don't have spines use it. And their hemoglobin is all slightly different. Again, if we go back to the shopping cart metaphor, the carts at Giant Eagle might be like this, and the carts at Shop and Save like this, and the carts at Sparkle like this, and if you go here, they have a little basket for your arm. They're all slightly different, but they all do the same thing. Same with hemoglobin. In a lot of those vertebrate species, there are some slight differences in the hemoglobin. But when we get to closely related species, humans and gorillas, both primates, fairly closely related, their hemoglobin is almost identical. It is nearly identical. Now, could you get a blood transfusion from a gorilla? No. You can't even get a blood transfusion from every other human. Remember, there's blood type stuff. If you get the wrong kind of blood, you can die. But hemoglobin is very, very similar in humans and gorillas, and it's pretty similar across all vertebrate species. There are more chemicals. We talked a little bit yesterday about clotting and how hemophiliacs don't clot. All mammals, is it all mammals? I think. Use the same. There are 5 basic chemicals that are used in clotting. And all mammals use the same ones. I think it's 5. Same 5 chemicals to get their blood to clot. Okay, so all mammals use the same 5 chemicals to get their blood to clot. There's more. ATP, which I don't bring up. We haven't talked about cells yet and what ATP is. But your individual cells can't use sausage pizza for fuel. I know, seriously. Your individual cells can only use a chemical. It's like you also can't put sausage pizza in the gas tank of your car. It will not run. You can't put sugar in the gas tank of your car. As a matter of fact, you'll foul the engine completely if you do that. Your cells, you eat the sausage pizza or the scrambled eggs or the carrot sticks or the juicy apple or whatever. Your body has to convert that to glucose that your cells can use, and then your cells have to make another chemical that they can actually run on. So the chemical that your cells make is called ATP, and it's the chemical created in cells to run them. Guess how many species on Earth use ATP? All of them. Yep. Used by all species on Earth. So it's just more of the chemical evidence for evolution. In cells to run them. So there are little organelles in your cells called mitochondria, and they create ATP, and that allows your cell to do all the things it needs to do, reproduce and get rid of wastes and all the functions that it has. And it's this is just one more thing. Like, hey, all living things on Earth use this same chemical. Huh? Isn't that a weird coincidence? Except it's not a coincidence. That's it for the notes. So here's what's going to happen. I will give you the study guide. It is due Tuesday, December 1st. Then I will give you the answer key when you're in here, Tuesday, December 1st. I'll check your study guides. I'll give you the key. Then Tuesday night, so due Wednesday, will be a video study guide. And then the test, of course, quiz, test, whatever we want to call it, will be Wednesday. Okay? Questions, comments, concerns? If you are not here and you're watching this video on YouTube, you can go to the Google Classroom site and you can find the study guide there so you can get an electronic copy and you can still complete it. Okay, have a wonderful Turkey Day.